This last part of the We assignment deals with the alternative solutions to both the lids and seals on the jars, as well as other ways of placing the product into cartons. This previous semester, I embarked on doing some quick sketches to illustrate how different solutions could be used to seal the jars. Over the past couple of years, I've noticed that Yoplait is increasing the amount of glue or adhesive that they use to seal up the aluminum foil lids, and while the use of aluminum foil is a good solution as far as recycling goes, I have thought that if they were to incorporate some kind of plastic lid for the containers, it might make them eminently more recyclable. They could, or they might be used to contain other food items or used as utility jars. To highlight a number of these solutions, this one may be more akin to how baby food jars are currently sealed, which requires a soft-sided can opener to pry up the lid. These then can be resealed. Semester before last, I had one of my students propose a wood lid with an inner gasket as a seal for the jar, which worked out well with the rest of her design as it tilted more towards apple, pumpkin, and other fall flavors. It's sealed initially by screwing onto the jar, which would necessitate a new jar mold for the glass to incorporate the threads. I'd also thought about a different type of sealable plastic lid, which could then be cleaned, saved, and reused to make the jars function for either food related items or as a craft jar. And I finally came up with this thought after observing a rather complicated mechanism employed to make the type of foreign beer. While the seal is actually a formed metal top piece, is hooked into the pockets on the bottom edge of the glass jar rim, and then a combination of hard plastic and rubber seal is applied to apply pressure to keep the contents sealed until it comes time to consume it. In the end, the whole thing is sterilized and able to be reused, just like beer bottles. Now, I also did some sketching to try to inspire some students into trying to come up with different cartons for the jars to go into. This first one is conceived to be constructed much like the recycled grocery shopping bags made from inexpensive cloth. It could be made to hold 6 or 8 jars at a time, and it also has a removable rigid floor so that they can be washed and kept clean. Anyone here do any sewing? This might make an interesting design. I also came up with a more rigid carton to be composed of recycled corrugated plastic sheet material. I have some samples here that I can show you. And it may go together something like this. Now, last semester, I actually had a student tackle this one. He created one of the basic 4-pack containers with add-on pockets to customize and hold the capacity, to include not only a 6-pack configuration, but odd numbers of pockets as the need arose. The pockets were made to slot into openings in the other pockets and locking them into place. I had also conceived of a design that would use the enlarged lip of the jars to hold them in place, much like a keyhole design. Slip the jar into the container and then slide it into the narrower opening and thus locking it in. Now, a student took me up on this challenge and did me one better. The following images show how she created a corrugated cardboard mock-up for this design, which used not only the capture method suggested by my design, but it also used friction to hold the jars in place, using their own weight to hold them there, like a sling or a carton. She worked on this over the course of about a month and came up with this just before the end of the semester. Too late to complete the graphics for it, but it helped her get into Columbia College this fall, and it also earned her a scholarship. This is where thinking beyond the confines of simple graphic design pays off. To think like a package designer, where you are using 3 dimensions to solve problems. Coupled together with her other designs for both the standard carton and the jar, the admissions team could quickly realize just how easy it would have been for her to create ample graphics for this design. She was also an extremely talented typographer and illustrator, which helped her gain the attention of the Columbia admissions team. These last several images show more clearly how the gravity sling proposal would work to hold the jars firmly in place. This was a far, far better solution than the sketch that I'd shown the class that inspired her to go in this direction. In short, this is what I want you to be thinking about doing. I have no qualms about having you simply lift one of my design ideas and expand on it or simply use it. What is important is that you show that you are capable of thinking outside of the box, so to speak. Remember, no one designs in a vacuum, so doodle some things, cut and glue stuff, and show us what you can do. All for now. I will see you in the next video.